Get ready for a cinematic shakeup that's got fans buzzing and box office charts flipping. The animated powerhouse Chainsaw Man has just claimed the top spot at the North American box office, outpacing a high-profile biopic about rock legend Bruce Springsteen and the chilling sequel Black Phone 2. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this the rise of anime films signaling a shift in what audiences crave? Or just a fleeting trend? Let's dive in and unpack the excitement, the numbers, and the debates behind this weekend's blockbuster results. Picture this. In Los Angeles, where Hollywood dreams are made, the big screen version of the beloved anime series Chainsaw Man has triumphed, securing the #1 position over its competitors. This victory comes hot on the heels of another anime triumph just 2 months ago, when Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle smashed records with a staggering $70 million opening weekend, proving that anime isn't just a niche interest anymore. It's a force reshaping the theater landscape. According to tracking firm Comscore, Chainsaw Man, the movie, Res Arc, raked in an impressive $17.25 million from U.S. and Canadian theaters this weekend. Meanwhile, Black Phone 2, the horror sequel featuring stars like Ethan Hawke and Mason Thames, dropped to second place with $13 million in its sophomore weekend. And this is the part most people miss. These figures highlight how genre films, from supernatural thrillers to anime adventures, are increasingly captivating crowds in an era where traditional blockbusters face stiff competition. But let's not forget the newcomers making waves. The romantic comedy Regretting You, starring Dave Franco, Allison Williams, Scott Eastwood, and Mason Thames, pulled in $12.85 million in its debut. This film is another adaptation of a best-selling novel by Colleen Hoover, blending heartache and humor in a way that resonates with romance fans. Think a story of love, loss, and unexpected twists that feels both relatable and escapist. Then there's Springsteen. Deliver Me From Nowhere, the first ever biopic about the iconic rock star Bruce Springsteen, earning $9.1 million. It stars Jeremy Allen White as the boss, delving into the musician's personal struggles during the creation of his 1982 album, Nebraska. For beginners unfamiliar with Springsteen's legacy, he's often called the boss for his commanding presence as a songwriter and performer whose songs capture the American working-class spirit. White, who had to quickly learn guitar and hone his singing skills for the role, brought authenticity to the portrayal, and Springsteen himself was deeply involved in the production. Talk about a star-studded collaboration that blurs the lines between fact and fiction. Rounding out the top 5 is Tron: Ares, the sci-fi sequel that grossed $4.9 million, continuing the futuristic saga of digital worlds and high-stakes battles. All these estimates are based on studio-reported data from Comscore, painting a vibrant picture of diverse storytelling dominating cinemas. Now, zoom in on Chainsaw Man, the movie, Res Arc. This isn't just any animated flick. It's a self-contained tale spun from the popular manga series by Tatsuki Fujimoto, which was adapted into an anime TV show back in 2022. Imagine a demon hunter whose arms and head can morph into chainsaws. Yes, you read that right. It's a wild mix of heart-pounding action where chainsaw blades clash in hack-and-saw fights, and tender romance, making it accessible for newcomers to anime. For those just dipping their toes into the genre, anime is a style of animation originating from Japan, often featuring exaggerated expressions, epic battles, and deep character arcs. This movie stands alone as its own story, so you don't need prior knowledge of the series to enjoy the thrill. And here comes the controversial twist. This success underscores a growing trend where anime films, often produced on tighter budgets, are outperforming Hollywood's big productions. Is this a sign that audiences are turning away from live-action spectacles toward animated worlds? Or does it reflect clever marketing and dedicated fan bases? Sony-owned Crunchyroll, the studio behind both Chainsaw Man and the recent Infinity Castle, is clearly capitalizing on this momentum. But at what cost to original Hollywood narratives? Globally, Chainsaw Man has garnered an estimated $108,000 in earnings so far, a modest start that could balloon with wider releases. Meanwhile, audience ratings tell a story of their own. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, scored a solid B+ on CinemaScore, while Chainsaw Man earned an A, suggesting its blend of gore, romance, and innovation strikes a chord. Black Phone 2, the sequel to the 2021 horror hit, has now amassed nearly $50 million domestically and over $80 million worldwide, proving that sequels can still scare up profits. And Regretting You continues the trend of adapting Colleen Hoover's novels, which have become a staple for book-to-screen fans craving emotional depth. To give you the full rundown, here's the top 10 movies by domestic box office based on estimated ticket sales from Friday through Sunday at US and Canadian theaters. Final figures will be out Monday, per ComScore. Chainsaw Man the movie, Reze Arc, $17.3 million. Black Phone 2, $13 million. Regretting You, $12.9 million. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, $9.1 million. Tron Ares, $4.9 million. Good Fortune, $3.1 million. Shelby Oaks, $2.4 million. One Battle After Another, $2.3 million. Roofman, $2 million. Paranorman Remastered, $991,910. So what's your take on this anime dominance? Do you think films like Chainsaw Man represent the future of cinema? Or are we witnessing a bubble that's bound to burst? Is Hollywood underestimating the appeal of animated stories with bite? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree that anime is revolutionizing the box office, or disagree? Let's spark a conversation.